So they explained a lot there. They showed me a lot of stuff. They showed me some of their technology. The whole time I was there, and I don't know how long it was. If I had to say it in our time, I would say 2 hours, maybe. No, maybe a little longer than that. But remember, time is different. Anyway, so they're explaining stuff and they're freely answering my questions, which I thought was great. I got to walk around this, I guess you call it city, town. Everybody was extremely happy that I was there, which I thought was so odd at first until I really started paying attention to those that were walking up to me or around me. And then I thought, oh, wait a second, am I from here? Is this my real planet? Because I sure as hell can tell you Earth doesn't feel like it. The density of Earth just is, this place is rough. But that place felt like home. Well, right when I started asking that, it just became, it became all too familiar. It felt more and more familiar. All of a sudden, these 4 tall whites is what I call them. And they're tall whites because it's like they're pure light, probably 10 feet tall. There were 4 of them, and they came in around me. And, oh God, I can't, feelings are much stronger than words. I'm going to try and explain this without crying. They merged their light in a circle and around me, and I was in this circle, and all of a sudden I feel what I have no doubt would be what people would call God or the pure love. I felt held. I felt safe. I felt healed. I felt familiar. I felt like they were my family. I've never, ever felt so safe, so at ease. They didn't rush me. They let me cry. I cried my eyes out. Like I sobbed. And I just kept crying. And it was tears of every emotion, right? Tears of just all kinds of emotion for the years surfacing. I had tears of sadness because it's like I didn't want to go back to Earth and I wanted to stay with them. Then I had tears of happiness because I could feel their love. And it's like just every array of emotion, I just let it flow. And I'm telling you, they didn't rush me. They just combined their energy in this beautiful, beautiful way. And they held space for me. They let me feel their energy. And it's, I don't even know how much time went by, but when I finally, like that emotional charge eased up, they had me stand with them. And y'all, when I stood up, the 4 of them, so it's like there's 4, right? They were in a circle and they opened up a space for me, like to step into the circle with them. And all of a sudden I feel like I'm taller. I'm growing taller instantly. And now I'm in their body, like meaning that I'm one of the tall whites. I'm not in my physical human body. I'm a tall white, and I merged my energy with them, and I just was like, I'm home. I'm home. Every part of me felt it. Every part of me knew that I had volunteered to come to Earth to help. And every part of me knew that it was okay to go back to Earth. And I just felt cleansed. It's kind of like when you go through a hard time and you just want to give up, but then all of your loving support comes around you and they just give you everything you need emotionally, and you gain the feeling of, I've got this. That's how it felt. Like, I can do this. I just needed y'all. I just needed you. I needed to be with you just for a little while to kind of re-energize me, help me refocus on this purpose. And I said, okay, it's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with going back because I got clear vision of why I'm here. And And I'm not trying to be superior to anyone. I don't feel superior to anyone. I am in fact, quite the opposite. I've been to hell and back, and I've struggled with feeling confident, and I finally learned self-love, last year. But I I know I have a purpose here. I volunteered. I'm not the only one. There were, and have been for quite some time, groups of what they call star seeds or light workers, whatever the common term is. You can call it whatever you want. I call it a volunteer. We volunteered to assist humanity. Now, what does that mean? Have I lived on Earth before? Yeah, all of us have. But we needed to reintegrate back here. When I say be of assistance to humanity, that does not mean that I just popped out mama's vajayjay and said, here I am, I'm a starseed, let me do whatever. No way. I had to completely walk this path to understand it, to teach it, to share it. There's not a single thing I will ever share with someone or give them tools to use that I have not used myself, or an experience that I haven't been through myself. I won't do it because, from day one, I said that in another recording. Lola told me, you're going to have to walk the path to understand it. And I get it, because that's what brings you to a deep level of compassion for people. The quote by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, and I'm not going to say it all, I just love her, but she basically is saying that people who've been through hell, who've lost the most, who have gone through the most traumas in life, those are the most beautiful people. And it's true, because when you have the rug ripped out from underneath you, you don't have a manual. You're having to pick up the pieces and figure out how to manage your new life. And that can bring in a lot of humility. So I could very well be any kind of teacher. I don't like the word because I'll use it just because I don't consider it teaching. I'm not teaching anything. I'm just sharing information, sharing my life story, but I'm sharing information with people and helping them remember what they already know. There's nothing new that's being shared. Your soul understands and knows, and just triggering that memory. But I just felt completely re-energized and okay with coming back. And like I said, I got a clear vision of that. And yeah, there are a lot of starseed people. Starseeds are just volunteers that came from different star systems that said, yeah, we see that Earth is struggling and the vibration is so low on Earth, we need to go help do something that can help it rise. Now, that doesn't mean we come physically tell people, you need to raise your vibration. That's not exactly what that means. What it means is we come to help people heal. So then they naturally raise their own vibration, and collectively, because that's how we operate, collectively, the vibration and frequency of the planet and the collective rises. So that has been my role. I've always been a healer, right? I mean, I was a paramedic, went to nursing school, paramedic school, did that, tried to save people's lives, and now I'm talking to the ones that didn't live. But my role in this is and will always be to help people, their hearts heal. Grief is it's terrible. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, I'm not going to say especially, I don't want to compare deaths, but for example, you lose someone unexpectedly, it's traumatic, losing a child, and one day you're at their football game and everything's perfect, and then the next day they're just gone. How do you heal that? You didn't even have a conversation to say goodbye. It's gone. There's just nothing. What do you do with that? Well, that's where I come in, and I honor this work. I take it seriously. I feel honored to be a voice for those that no longer have it, because I can imagine that happening, and all I want is I just want to speak to them one last time. I want to know, Did he hurt? Did he need me? What was it like? I want to know if he's okay. I want to know if he's happy. I want to know all of those things. And, that's why I take this work so seriously, because it's important. It's important. I don't take it for granted. And look, when I first started doing readings, I thought my role's to help the living. It did not take me long at all to figure out sometimes it's to help the deceased, because sometimes they need a voice to help with their healing process. So, like, for example, if someone dies of murder and they were actually, that's not a good example. Let's use overdose, because it happens so frequently. Somebody dies of an overdose and the family is wondering, was it on purpose? Was this accidental? Was there foul play? Like, what happened? And you have this, everybody decides, we think it was a suicide. And this spirit now is like, I would never do that. I wouldn't commit suicide. So they're kind of needing to speak, right? They need to share their truth. They need to share their story so they can heal. Because when we physically die, we all go through a life review process. So we can heal. We can kind of shed this heavy earthly experience. Well, if you have your whole family desperate, thinking that you committed suicide and you didn't, and they feel like they failed you in some way, that can absolutely not only affect the family, but it can affect the healing process of the spirit. So that's why I'm saying it's I don't take this work for granted. It's important. It's so important, because if a person doesn't fully heal, a spirit is what I mean. They can actually, let me summarize it so I don't sound confusing. We all are connected. We all affect each other's energy. If you're happy, your deceased loved ones are happy with you. If you're not happy, can they be unhappy? Not once they're in a healed state. But in the beginning, when they're going through the healing process, they can kind of be up and down, because they have to go through that whole life review healing process. Now, once they're in a healed state, they're good to go. So I'll explain this more in detail, because I'm going to do a video where I explain just basics of what I've learned, and I'll explain that. I think learning of the process of suicide is actually something that everybody should know, how that works. But I kind of got off topic. I kind of went on a tangent, off topic, on topic. But I know my role here. I'm very clear on it. And, being a medium comes with a lot of judgment. There are people that think I'm going to hell. Well, I've been damned to hell since I was a child. I mean, everything I am is telling me I'm going to hell. And do I think that's true? Nope. Because if it was true, why would Mother Mary be showing up in my room sending me so much love? I just don't. I think those are limited beliefs that some people have, and I'm not here to judge them. I don't want to judge those that are judging me, because I'm meeting them at their low frequency, and I don't want to go there. I just want to accept people how they show up, and, if you don't agree with what I do, it's probably because you either don't understand it, you've been taught it's wrong, and you're using a Bible to judge me, which I think is so crazy. I think that's so weird. Like, if you're using any book to judge someone, please get a new book. That's not okay. It's just not. I'm going to make a new recording.